Hello everyone and good day to you. Today we are learning Zeri. Unfortunately, people who presented me told me that I have to be on videos or else later for monetizing I will face trouble, so sorry you have to bear my appearance. I keep it a small size up there in corner somewhere. Anyway, now Zeri. About Zeri. Her passive is living battery. Zeri shields herself for 60% of the damage she deals to enemy shields, not the enemy itself, the enemy's shield, and gains 10% movement speed for 3 seconds whenever she receives a shield. I wish I could show that with dummies, but I have to show you here with Morgana. Very hard time against her. Blind peek and no one plays sub with me. I always play sub, but anyway, here is how it works. So that's that, nothing special to it. Anyway, let's go to Q. One thing about Zeri is some of the abilities, especially Q and R, if you want to go to details, some part of it, if you want to manage Apollo 50 or something, it would be easier than calculating everything is written here. For instance, Q. Q has two parts. First, passive. Zeri's attacks are treated as abilities. This, they said, we want to make Zeri like RPG, first third person shooter game. So instead of auto attack, you will use Q and vice versa. Zeri's attacks are treated as abilities and can be charged by moving and casting this ability. Uncharged attacks consume a small amount of charge, deal 10 will change with your level 10 to 25 plus 3% of your ability power, which will change with also level and items. Therefore, the amount of numbers sometimes you see in these videos, that's why I show the values with the first levels, because then you will have there are so many clips that they show you something like superhero jumping around killing people with full items. Well, this is the champion you will start with. Again, deal 10, which this 10 is 10 to 25% level, and 3% of your ability power, which I don't have any item to give me that, so far I don't think there is any. Magic damage, and execute enemies below 60, which this 60 will change also with level and ability power. Health, which means below 60 health in this level with this item, they will be executed. A fully charged attack deals more damage based this calculation. We don't go to details, you can see it here, but this time is 90% of ability power, so that's a lot, and consumes all those charges. Now, second part is active part. This ability is treated as an attack. Zeri fires a burst of 7 rounds that deals damage. It's attack damage, physical damage to the first enemy hit. That means if you want to hit a champion and minions are in front of it, this will hit minions. That's a bummer. You should know that passive damage applies ability effects and cannot critical, or it doesn't have critical effect or apply on hit effect. Active damage can be critical, apply on hit effects once per target, and hit anything that an attack can. The cooldown and cast time scale with attack speed, maximum of 1.5 attack per second, and 60% of excess attack speed. 60% of excess attack speed is converted into attack damage. Now, as you see, attack damage are changed from 8 to 20 based on level, and total AD ratio would be 105% to 125%. Again, these values can change with items. Now let's go to W. Ultra Shock Laser. Zeri fires an electric pulse that deals amount of magic damage, which again changes with not level but attack damage and ability power. The damage would be count as magic damage, and it slows the first enemy hit. Again, enemy means minions, jungle monsters, everything included. So if you want to get that damage and effect on champion, you should hit it with direct hit and slow them for 30% for 2 seconds. There is something to it. If the pulse hits train, it expands into a laser that applies the effect in an area and critically strikes champions and monsters. So usually it's hard to do that, but if you want to surprise attack with combination of it, this would be very effective. Again, I should say every value you see on videos change with items and levels sometimes, so beware of that. Now let's go to E. Zeri dashes a short distance and vaults over any terrain she touches, greatly extending the dash range, and also her next 3 shots of burst fire pierce, dealing 60% damage to enemies after the first. Hitting an enemy champion with an attack or ability reduces this ability's cooldown by half a second. Seriously? Half a second. Critical strikes reduce the cooldown 2 additional times. Pierce damage can critically strike but does not apply on hit effect. On charge attack, do not reduce this ability's cooldown. Another rocket science ability, R, or Lighting Crash. Zeri discharges a nova of electricity, dealing magic damage, which is based on level and ability power, like 80% of ability power, 80% of bonus attack damage, which means damage, physical damage based on items to nearby enemies, and gaining 8 stacks of overcharge for each champion hit for 6 seconds. So hitting multiple champions, recharge it, you can use it to recharge this, and after shooting using it on a champion, use it on another, then use it on the same champion again, so that would be a huge damage. Each stack grants 0.5% movement speed. Again, hitting an enemy champion with an attack or ability adds a stack of overcharge and refresh this duration by 2 seconds. Critical strikes add 2 additional stacks. While overcharged, Zeri also gains 30% attack speed, that's a lot, and burst fire becomes a faster triple shot, which is very good, that deals an additional magic damage, base value of 5 and 50% of ability power magic damage, and chains 5 magic damage plus 60, this is based on physical damage, 20% of physical damage to nearby enemies. So that's, you use your ultimate wisely. The attack speed also increases Zeri's max attack speed. The chain lighting can critically strike but does not apply on hit effects. Uncharged attacks do not stack or refresh overcharge. Remember that you can use your W while you are E on the walls, and the result would be like this. And this was Zeri. Now, I'm new to this, and as I mentioned, I didn't want to include myself, maybe because of accent or whatever, or showmanship, but again, Sorry you have to bear my face and my voice in it. I wanted to keep it simple, but seems if you don't do that later on, may your channel get in trouble. So this is one of the things you have to do on YouTube. Therefore, here I am. Sorry for any mispronunciation or my bad voice or showmanship, whatever. Anything you don't like about my appearance on the videos, but I try to keep it simple, effective, useful. Tell me your opinion about the videos, and there is a list of S rank videos, all games I was in them, but maybe the champion was not my gameplay, yet I was in there, so I recorded to share the experience, a good gameplay, so be a good role model for you. Tell me what you think about the videos, the channel, everything you think will improve. Thank you for your time. Please hit the like and subscribe. Rhythm. Take care.